Good food, good relationships, good linen, and you got a good life.
There's nothing like waking up in the morning and seeing nature outside of your window.
Like everything else in the van, they're also vintage.
We are just learning that the community around us are so warm and so welcoming.
Hey, we are a music duo from South Africa called Digby and the Lullaby, and this is our caravan. Come check it out. So welcome to our 1974 vintage Jurgens caravan. Yeah, let's show you around a little. So underneath this little counter is our stove. It's a 49-year-old stove, and what makes it different and unique, I think, is it's got this awesome little grill underneath here, which makes toast in like 45 seconds. It's incredible. Below that is a little oven. It's called a DeFi Traveler. It's really, really small, so it's super effective. Yeah, can't wait to bake some bread in it. It's a propane stove, and in South Africa we call them gas stoves. Another cool little design feature of this caravan, I think and there's so many of these little things around the caravan, the designs was really well thought out. This little countertop comes down, so it gives us a lot of extra space when we're prepping meals and stuff, yeah. This one also lifts up, comes a little space to do dishes, and then over here is a little place to wash your face, I guess, or do dishes, whatever you want to do with it. It's quite a versatile little kitchen, and I'm stoked because I do most of the cooking, because Rochelle, my other half, does she changes the light bulbs and stuff. Most of the time where we set up, we'll have a tap or a sink right outside at the campsite, because we spend a lot of time in campsites. But this is just a little water can we use to heat up water, put it in here. It doesn't have any plumbing or hot shower or anything inside, because most of the time we've got that where we are set up. What I love about this kitchen, actually this whole van, is how retro it is. This is pretty, a lot of people have said like, are you gonna like make it more modern? We just love it just the way it is. It's like all original. This little shelf at the bottom fits our little cups perfectly, and then the shelves get bigger and bigger as you go up. So, I mean, we are kind of minimalists by nature, so we don't have a lot of stuff. As far as food goes, definitely what we need for our needs, this is more than adequate, believe it or not. Right down here on the floor, there's a little cupboard just above the wheel arch, which creates a cool little shelf. We might put in a little two little tanks in here with a little pump to give us water here, something we're thinking about. But yeah, for now it stores our NutriBullet, the all-important NutriBullet, a flask for hot water if we want to store some hot water. And there's our little cups, storage, space-saving cups for the kids. And then over here, another little storage cupboard. I guess it's like a little junk cupboard at the moment. Not that we have a lot of junk, everything's got a use. Taking on a more minimalist lifestyle, the thing I love most about this approach to life is when you do get something, you can get like the absolute best quality. So normally we go for super light stuff. Obviously we're on the road and we're traveling, we want to keep weight down, but we made an exception and got this pot. It's by a company called Nature Hike. We love their brand. Their stuff is just amazing and it works. So that's the one heavy item we've got. It's got silicone handles so it doesn't burn you. And then this always reminds me of that film with Vince Vaughn. I can't remember the name of the film, but like he takes those little Russian dolls and like opens them, keeps finding another one. So this is really cool, super light, but it's a whole pot set. So the reason we hit the road is because we are artists and we love music and we love video and film, and we were just tired of the usual mundane stuff. Kind of had enough of it for a long time, to be honest. And yeah, we just wanted a life of adventure and travel. We both love traveling so much, and there's so many beautiful places to see in South Africa. So yeah, that's the reason we did it. So the reason we chose this rig is because it was really cheap. It was only 38,000 Rand in dollars, I'm not too sure. And it's also light, and it's vintage, and it's all original. The previous owner kept it all original, like the oven was only used once in like 49 years. So yeah, we just love the vibe of it. The newer vans, at least the factory ones, are very vanilla, pop out. They don't have any character. This is tons of character.
On the opposite side of the kitchen, we have our little fridge, which just blends in perfectly. We're very lucky we got this one going again. So it's all original and quite spacious actually, enough for us. We have a little freezer. It's not as big as what I'd like. We are considering getting a freezer for the road. The fridge runs off gas as well, so it's all quite convenient when you're out camping in the wild. Okay, so here we have our cupboard space and it's really, really spacious. So I've got Darren and I's stuff in here. We even have a suit and like an evening gown because we do shows around the country. So it's just nice to know everything fits in. And then we have our kids, some hanging stuff and our little girls' clothing. And yeah, just some storage boxes out down here that we use to shove things in, and then our shoes, and it's more than enough space, which is amazing. So we have a really cool skylight above us, and yeah, it's pretty simple, but it works really well. It allows a lot of light in, a lot of air in, and sometimes we sleep with this open and it's just gives us a nice cool breeze. Okay, so my favorite thing about this room is the wild outside window. It's amazing. We were actually camped at such a cool little spot, and there's nothing like waking up in the morning and seeing nature outside of your window. So one of the main reasons why we decided to make this change in our lives. So this is our bedroom. It's just under a double bed, and I know this because I had to like hand sew new sheets for this. But it's nice and snug. We like cuddling, so it works. Where I'm sitting at the moment folds into our dining area as well, which is really rad. Sometimes we like to just leave this bed down and eat outside. There's a really cool table spot outside. I made these little curtains because one of the things that we couldn't replace were the blinds. It's the only original thing, one of the only original things that didn't make its way all the way 49 years later. So underneath the bed, we also have storage space, which is really amazing. We don't have enough stuff to fill all our storage, but you know, it's useful to have. So behind the pillows over here, we also have just a really nifty little spot where you can slide your bedding in when you're not using it. So Darren was recently out camping and moved the coffee machine to behind the bed, and it's the perfect little spot, so we can wake up in the morning and have a coffee. Oh, and we have these really cool little vents. I love them. It just like allows airflow, so just a really nifty little thing.
So we're in the back area of the van. It's like a little bedroom. This is actually still original. We can close it for you. Opens and closes, so it's kind of like a little room divider. Okay, so these are the boys' bunks down here, and these cushions are really special. Like everything else in the van, they're also vintage. They're kind of repurposed. I think they were Shell's uncle's mom's old cushions, and she reworked them into these, so those are super cool. Okay, so these top bunks are really cool because on a hot night, you can actually take them out into the tent outside. They clip out. I won't take them out completely, but they basically come out. And then we've got like little steel extenders for them, so you can go and sleep out in the tent with them. And the fabric on them is from 1974, so we love the old vibe. We were thinking about leaving them at home, but they were just too special, so we had to bring them with. Just one more thing about the top bunk. Maddie loves sleeping here because we are often in amazing locations, and he lies here and looks out the window, which is really cool for him. They also have, this is their dedicated space. They can play with their toys and do whatever they want here, but they're hardly in here. They're always outside playing. They're still little, they're like 6, 3 and 1. So they're not that huge on having their own space. If anything, they would love to be in our bed every night. They love being close to us. They don't actually want to be away from us. So I guess when they're teenagers, we'll either have a much bigger van or a bus or a yacht, or we'll have moved on from this, but for now it's just epic for them and they just love it just the way it is. So what do we do for a living on the road? Well, I'm a videographer, so we do some work for clients. I'm an editor as well, so I edit video for clients abroad, overseas. Richie and I also have a music duo, as we mentioned, called Big Ben the Lullaby. So we're doing shows around South Africa. And that is my favourite part of any work that I do. I love being on stage with her. It's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we've just started a YouTube channel. So we're shooting travels around South Africa and hoping to grow the YouTube channel out. So.
Over here we have our linen. I just love these cupboards because they are like the perfect depth. Okay, so down here we have some extra little goodies. Lots of our pantry is down here, and it's really cool because the kids can grab a snack quite easily. So there are some things I do not want them to grab, and that would be clothes because it would just be laying all over the place. So up here I just have their PJs. I mean, Maddie, if he wants to, he could just grab his gym jams and, you know, get cozy. And that kind of sums up all of our storage space. Not to mention that we have a ton of storage space under the beds. And we have we put our tents under there. We have a blow up couch under there. And then some camera gear, and of course the all-important piano and guitar. So as long as those are in, we're fine. We can be anywhere in the country.
Guys, we are out at Scotia Game Farm in the Eastern Cape, South Africa. The Bean family have been kind enough to come and let us do wild camping here. There are wild animals around. We're in a safe area, but there are lion. They've got the big five here, so super stoked to be here. So when we got this caravan, we laughed when we got this table because it's got this, I don't know what you would call it, it's like a printed, crocheted cloth on it. It's called a doily in South Africa. It's terrible, but it's so rock and roll.
Here we have the rest of our outside area. This is so rad because we just put the kids in here, and when you have 3 and you want to cart them around, it's the best thing ever. This is really cool too because it's a little storage box that doubles as a table, and when you're focused on, you know, traveling light, it's really cool to have things that have 2 functions. Okay, so here we have our tent, which is quite a fun thing to set up. It's rad because it gives us an extra room, a nice big living space. A really cool thing about our tent poles is that they actually slide in underneath the caravan. So apart from maybe scribbling vintage sexy on the outside of our caravan, we love the colors. It's perfect. We won't change a thing. It kind of ties into, you know, the way we like to dress, and also when you're out in nature, it's good to have a green caravan and not an orange one.
As we've started our journey and just taken the leap of faith to, you know, become even more minimalist and just enjoy our country in our backyard, we are just learning that the community around us are so warm and so welcoming, and we haven't regretted it for a second. I don't know about you, but it's been amazing. Yeah. So if you're on the fence, this is a good side to be on.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things, well, our favorite things for being on the road is we get to see new places and meet new people. So it's kind of really important for us. Relationships, good food, good relationships, good linen, and you've got a good life.
Yeah, the kids are loving it, and yeah, we're just excited to, in a year or 2 or 3 from now, have amazing memories that we can share with our friends and family.
Yeah, man.
It's our legacy.
Yeah. Totally.
Thanks so much for watching.